feel like a lot of the time I just say random stuff. I just do random stuff. And then people look at me and they're like, wait, you're a bit weird. My dissertation for my final year, it was about 7,000 words. I did it from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. I feel like I'm very hard on myself. I don't allow myself to make mistakes. And when I do, I kind of beat myself up for it. Not physically, because I'm too strong for even myself. I think it's harder to progress in this industry if you're not willing to beg it. In my head, it's just like, if you're not perfect at something, you're not worthy of being recognized for it. And unless you're the best at something, being good at it doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Hello everyone and welcome back to, I said welcome back. This is just welcome. This is the first episode of this podcast. Technically not the first, but the first on this channel, on this page. And yeah, I just wanted to welcome you lot, whether you're new here. Actually, majority of people are not new here because I think everyone that has subscribed at the moment to see me talking into a microphone like this has come from my other channels or my other pages. So yeah, currently no one new here at the moment. But if in the future and you're watching this in 6 months and you randomly click on this video and you're like, I wonder who this esteemed gentleman is. I'm assuming the thumbnail is going to look like an esteemed gentleman. Yeah, you'll be able to feel welcomed here. I think that's me welcoming everyone out of the way. Episode 1 of this new podcast. I am a bit nervous, but at the same time, I'm excited. I was thinking for ages, what do I do for this? Like first episode, do I come with topics? Like what do I talk about? There's a lot of things that I do want to talk about. And this morning I knew I was going to film and I still had no idea what I was going to do. So I was like, you know what? I think this would be a good opportunity to just kind of reintroduce myself because I feel like this is something that I haven't done in so long and it's just explain who I am and yeah, just reintroduce myself because I think the last time I did this was like maybe 4 years ago. I'm not the same person. I've grown. So has my back pain. Okay, no, I don't really have back pain. It was just something I was saying to highlight my growth or my age increasing. But yeah, I just thought this episode, I'm just going to go through a reintroduction. Like I'm just going to explain who I am, what I do, and just how I am as a person. I think that's a good start because I don't think anyone really knows. Like apart from friends and family, yeah, I don't know what I am to you. Like going online, I've made the decision to be open to being perceived, but I don't know what anyone perceives. I don't know how I'm seen. Like I meet a lot of people out in public and they'd say hi and they'd say they watch me and it's all majority of the time good interactions and sometimes very weird interactions. There's a lot of weird people in public, very uncomfortable sometimes, but for the most part it is very nice when someone comes up to you and they're like, oh, I love what you do, I enjoy what you do. And after all those interactions, I'm always just kind of like who am I? Like I'm just intrigued to know what that person kind of thinks of me. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. I think it's like more like how am I perceived basically? Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I think I'm intrigued by or about how I'm perceived. So yeah, I thought I would do a reintroduction episode. This is me re-explaining what I've already said. Yeah, let's get into it. Currently, oh my God, good news as well. I think I thought of a podcast name or name for this channel. By the way, I have my laptop here because the flipping issues with this piss me off. So I need to constantly keep monitoring if this is even working. Sorry, yeah, back to the good news. I think I've finally thought of what to call this channel. I spent so long trying to think of the perfect name because with things like this, it's like, okay, you set the name and that's it. You can't change it from there. So you need to try and come up with the best username that is just going to stick and be there. And it was just my futile chase of perfection that had caused so many delays in me even starting this in the first place. And it made me realize I'm never going to find a perfect name. If you strive for perfection, you're never going to be satisfied. So I thought, you know what? The whole point of this, the whole idea behind this, the whole reason I started this impulsively is because I was just like, I'm trying to embrace imperfection. There's something that I want to do. I'm just going to do it. Even if I'm not satisfied with it, even if it doesn't have the start that I want, I'm going to do it. So hence, and I know this might not be the most creative name, but I think it's the most fitting name. I'm not trying to go for creativity at the moment. I'm trying to go for, I don't know, I can't think of a word. Leave a word down in the comments below if you know more than one word. But yeah, drum roll please. We are going to call this channel Imperfectly Amazian. Okay, saying it out loud is a bit anticlimactic, but I think it's fitting. It fits. It works for me anyway. Oh my God, is this me going back on it because it's not perfect? Well, guess what? That's because it's Imperfectly Amazian. I was like 50-50 between Imperfect Amazian and Imperfectly Amazian. I don't know. I feel like Imperfectly has more of a nice ring to it. So like if you want to set it as your ringtone, is it imperfectly imperfect? Then yeah, feel free to do so. Or Imperfect Amazian. It should be called Indecisive Amazian at this point. But no, Imperfectly Amazian. That's the name we're going for. That's the name that we're locking in. So yeah, that's the name. No channel art yet. So we're going to play the intro for this and it's just going to be this. Just pretend there's cool music in the background. Okay, welcome back. Should we get into this then? How do you go about this? I'm going to get better at this, by the way, as time goes on. But yeah, okay, reintroduction. That's what I said I'm going to do. See, now I'm thinking of other things that I want to talk about. Let's stay on track. Okay, I'm not a DJ. I can't be spinning the decks. Fun fact, I actually got a DJ set. Anyways, on track. Okay, me. Who am I? What do I do? This is like a little icebreaker lesson in secondary school. It's like, oh, tell us one fun fact about yourself. Okay, fun fact about me. I'm indecisive. I don't have any fun facts. All the facts that I have about myself are negative. What's a positive fact about myself? I don't know, bro. Why can't I not mention one positive thing? No, I know I have a lot of positive qualities, but I'm just thinking, what's fun? What's interesting? You know what? Let me just start with the simple stuff. I'm just going to pretend that whoever's watching this, you've just seen me for the first time, and I need to give you a CV of who I am as a human being. So I go by Amazian, which is actually one of my names. I'm from Algeria. I was raised here in the UK, London specifically. West London specifically, Shepherd's Bush specifically, that my road name was Bleep specifically. Oh, fun fact about me actually, I've changed schools about 6 times between the ages of 5 and 14, I think. I think that's a fun fact. Is it fun? That's not fun. That's annoying. Like, I think as a kid, you don't really process it that much. You don't deep it. But as I got older, I was like, bro, like every time, like I had to go in as the new kid. I had to make new friends. And you know, kids are jarring as well. And I was always just the new kid. So I'd have to go in and have that whole, like, half the class is excited by the new kid and half the class just doesn't like them for no reason, because I don't know if it's a threat thing, if people feel threatened, or if people are just bastards. I think kids are just bastards. Can you say that? Yeah, I just did. So yeah, it was always just like, go to a school, make friends, then after a couple years get dragged out. And the thing is, I couldn't even say bye to my friends, innit, because I don't know, I just didn't say bye. It was just like, okay, I'm leaving school, by the way, I'm never gonna see you again, take care. No social media, can't get their numbers, nothing. So it's just like, okay, make friends and then leave and then never chat to them again. It's actually bare cool though. Sometimes I bump into people that I was friends with in like one of my primary schools, and I'm like, yo, I used to be like tight with you before I was non-consensually pulled out of that school and taken to another one. But yeah, no, it's always nice to see faces of people that I was friends with in the past. I think I just like seeing people in general that I haven't seen in ages, because it's always just like everyone, physically, everyone changes so much. Back to changing schools. And then I'll have to go to a new school, make new friends, and then repeat the process again. I don't know. I feel like that came with its own set of issues, but at the same time, own set of unique advantages, which I'm happy to explore at a later time. But right now, if I get into that, this is going to be half an hour of me talking about that. So what's next? Said the fun fact. What's next? What do I do? Okay, what do I do for a living is something that a lot of people ask. And this is kind of my job. Well, not this specifically. This channel is making me and going to make me absolutely no money. Not anytime soon anyway. Like, there's no income in this for me. I just have a desire to do this, and I couldn't tell you why. Maybe that's something that we can figure out in later months. But at the moment, yeah, social media is kind of my job. The way it works is, because I feel like a lot of people get confused by it. You grow your platforms, you build a following, and then from there, with a lot of advertisers moving towards social media marketing and influencer marketing. So, by the way, influencer is a slur. So yeah, just don't call anyone that, because it's not a nice word to use. My spinal cord just contorts when I hear that word. But no, basically, brand wants to advertise something. They see someone that has a lot of eyes on them. They pay them money. That person advertises it. So yeah, that is kind of my job at the moment. So yeah, if you hear me say like, oh, like Sony sponsor me, this is in the hopes that someone from Sony or someone that works at an agency that's working with Sony randomly comes across this video and they're like, oh, I like this guy, and he said something about Sony, I can make that happen. And then what happens is I get money, I advertise their thing, and then I can pay rent and not get kicked out. So yeah, welcome to the life of being an influencer. Slur. It should be influence slur, bro. But yeah, that's kind of how it is majority of the time. But yeah, okay, given some background information, I've said kind of what I do. This is like doing a Q&A, except there's no questions. Trying to answer who you are as a person is a bit of a weird one, because we're just too complex. I don't know, I can't just be like, yo, yeah, I'm this kind of person. What's my star sign? What is my star sign? Let's find out. I feel like a lot of people can look at, or they tend to use star signs as a way to define what characteristics someone would have. So let me find out what I know what star sign I am. Libra and Virgo. It's like, I don't know, my birthday falls in between two of them. So I actually don't know what that means. Like, I know which one I am, but I just don't know what that entails. Let's find out what star sign am I. Why is it telling me yours? Shut up, man. Okay, this one is going to guess it with astounding accuracy. Oh yeah, by the way, if anyone's like, oh my God, star sign stuff is so bad, and da-da-da-da, guys, this is just a bit of fun. Like, I don't actually sit here and someone tells me they're a Capricorn, and then I'm like, okay, well, I hate you then. My birthday is the 23rd of September, and I'm a plumber. So yeah, if on the 23rd of September, anyone wants to send me any gifts, I might set up a PO box and you can send me what have I been wanting recently? You know, the things that I desire are holidays, experiences, and I think that's it, bro. What else do I like? I like gadgets, like tech. Oh yeah, that's another thing as well that I think a lot of people don't know. I'm technically an engineer. I have a degree in mechatronic engineering, which is usually followed up with the question, what the hell is mechatronic engineering? It's basically robotics. It's a mesh. It's a combination of mechanical engineering, computer science, and electrical engineering, and they merge them all together. It's like conjoined twins, but there's 3 of them. So yeah, that's what mechatronic engineering is. Kind of learn how to make robots and how devices work and how to code. And my eyes have suddenly sunken just thinking about it. I didn't enjoy my degree. I didn't enjoy my course. I didn't want anything to do with it. I literally did it just so I can have a little safety net to fall back on if anything that I want to pursue in the future does not work out. But yeah, I love that kind of stuff. But the studying aspect of it, I've always loved, like problem solving and puzzles and maths. But like not school maths, like just like having to work stuff out, basically problem solving. Yeah, just always enjoyed it. I don't know. It just, you know when you have like an itchy part of your body and then you itch it and it feels nice. I feel like problem solving does that to an itch in my brain that I can't get physically. So you'll look at something and like you're sat there, you're trying to work it out and you can't work it out, and it just intensifies the itchy feeling that you have in your head. And then finally when you work it out, it's like, oh, it's so satisfying. Anyways, but yeah, I only like doing this stuff when I want to actually do it. When it comes to school or people telling you to do something, it's like negative. I think I'm allergic to that. If I'm about to do something and then someone tells me to do it, I feel like I transferred COVID into my body. And what am I doing? Oh, wait, it says Virgo. My planet is Mercury. That's nice. Whatever that means. Virgo sign is an open-hearted, sincere, and likes punctuality. It's practical, shares love quietly and equally. I'm pretty sure there's a website, I can't remember the name of it. I remember someone telling me about this time ago, where it gives you like the most accurate star sign information database, where you like put in your date of birth and the minute you were born, and then it just gives you bare like astronomy stuff. Basically, you get an astronomy degree by the time you're finished reading it. It's not astronomy, it's astrology, innit? Sorry. Listen, this is not my domain. Yeah, apparently I'm from Mercury. So, you know what I think would be interesting? If I do one of those thorough personality quizzes. Yeah, I'm going to try and do one of those. The Big 5 personality test is widely considered the most scientifically valid. Okay, all right, I don't even need to read anymore. Let's just do that one. If it's one of those where you answer all the questions and then at the end they like send your email and then after that they say send your bank details and pay us money so that we can give you the results, then I don't know. I don't really have a threat prepared, but just pretend there's a big threat. Discover who you are with a Big 5 personality test. Okay, my test is being prepared. In the meantime, I'm going to have a sip of water because my throat is twerking. All right, start test. Step 1 out of 20. I strive for accuracy and precision in all my tasks. Yes, but it depends what they are. If I'm doing it for me, then I literally will make sure everything is exactly how I want it to be and how I want it to look. I notice even the smallest inconsistencies and errors in my work. I disagree with that because it's not even errors that I notice. There could be no error and no inconsistency and I still have a problem with it. But yeah, no, I do. I'm very particular about the way I do things. I'm able to maintain high standards even under tight deadlines. Yes, that is one thing that I've actually always been good at. Like I always leave things until last minute. Like I have no sense of urgency until I have nothing but urgency. And I feel like working under pressure with that urgency combined and a tight deadline, I think it unlocks a new part of my brain. It's like my brain is not bothered to do anything. It's like, okay, it's fine. I have a week left. It's fine. I have 3 days left. It's fine. I have a day left. Wait, 5 hours until the thing and I've done nothing. Yeah. And then I think my brain grows and it becomes 3 brains and they all work together and collaborate to create a fine piece of art at the end of it. I even said a story one time. You know, my dissertation for my final year, it was about 7,000 words. I did it from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. I completed it, 7,000 words all written up. I did 1,000 words prior. So like 3 months before I did like 1,000 words and I left it at that, didn't touch it again. Then the day before the submission, I was like, okay, I need to start working on this today. Got to 3 p.m, still hadn't started. Got to 5 p.m, nothing. Got to midnight. And when I saw midnight, that's when I was like, okay, it's gone from the day before I have to submit and now it's the day I have to submit. And I've done 1,000 words and it needs to be minimum 8,000. So yeah, I just went crazy. My dissertation was on how drone technology can be used in wind farms. So yeah, it was very interesting. It was actually quite interesting. No, I said that sarcastically, but no, it was very interesting. That's my dissertation in about 15 words. I just had to add an extra 7,000 plus. So yeah, I managed to end up submitting it. At some point, I was talking about capitalism for no reason. Started talking about psychology and the human mind at some point as well. This was towards the end. This is when I ran out of things to say. Where I was like, bro, like I need to just fill up the word count. Let's talk about late stage capitalism. I remember I had videos. This is when I used to use Snapchat and I check my and I'll see on my memories and it'll be like on this day. Yeah, on this day you did a dissertation in flipping 9 hours. I can become critical of myself or others when mistakes are made. No, yes and no. I think I'm more critical of myself than others. I think with myself, I'm this extreme. And then with others, I'm the other extreme. Because when it comes to me, I feel like I'm very hard on myself. I don't allow myself to make mistakes. And when I do, I kind of beat myself up for it. Not physically, because I'm too strong for even myself to beat myself up. But no, in my head, I'm always just like I always feel disappointed in myself for not being able to, for making mistakes, sorry. But when it comes to other people, I'm the first to make every excuse for them and make them feel better about any of their shortcomings and just support them as much as I can. Like mistakes are okay to make as long as they're not me making a mistake. I take active steps to help others without expecting anything in return. Yeah, kinda. No, not yeah, kinda. You know, that's one thing that I actually enjoy doing is just offering help when I can. I think where that comes from is I spent so long doing stuff on my own. I've always just done stuff on my own. I never really asked for help, not even from my own parents. Like I never asked for things. I never asked for help. I never asked for advice or assistance. And I think over the years, I've tried to become someone that can do that for other people. I find it easy to build and maintain close personal relationships. I don't think I'm good at that. I think I find it easy to get along with people. I find it easy to, get to know people, but I say struggle like I try. I think I just don't try to pursue. I don't know, man. What the hell? All right, this confuses me now. I don't know. I think it's hard for me to maintain them because one issue with me is that I think I just ghost a lot. But like not intentionally, I don't intend to ghost. It's just, I don't know how accurate this is, but I don't think I'm that great at keeping in consistent contact with people or like constantly meeting up or constantly doing things that inevitably lead to closer relationships. Like I always just spring up here and there, but I'm never just there consistently. I don't know. I think that's something that I need to explore myself more before sharing because I don't have the answer, mate. Helping others makes me feel valued and fulfilled. Kind of. But I feel like that's bad though, because what does that mean? Does that mean that my sense of worth comes from how useful I feel to other people? Because that's not good. I don't think that's the case though. I think I just like offering assistance when I can. So yeah, maybe not for selfless reasons because it makes me feel good, but I think helping people is enjoyable when it's done. Being appreciated for my contributions is important to me. Yeah, I think it is. As bad as it might sound, not because I would say I'd contribute things so that people show appreciation, but I just think it doesn't take much for someone to be like, oh, I appreciate that, or they show their appreciation of something that you've done. And I feel like the absence of it can lead to other stuff, or it can mean other things. There's been times where I've helped people in the past and there's just nothing and I didn't help them because I wanted something from them, but it's just like, imagine someone's drowning, you take off your shoes, you put your phone, because this phone's not waterproof, you jump in the water and you grab them out of the water, and then they just get up and kind of walk away. And it's like, I didn't help you so that you can be like, oh my God, thank you, I'm indebted to you. But at the same time, it just feels like something's off if you don't say thank you. And it's people that when you go out of your way to help them or assist them, there's nothing, there's no thank you, there's no appreciation. There's just no indication that they cared about what you've done, despite it being obvious that you've gone out of your way to help them. Because yeah, if I were to guess, majority of the time, it would just go back to that person just doesn't like you, they're jealous of you, or it pains them that you've helped them. Like you, out of all people, have helped them. I was going to say I'd be wary of those people. This is not advice, okay? Especially to an audience of 2,000 people. Oh yeah, we got 2,000 members here at the moment. I'm clapping for myself, pat on the back. Bro, that's like my whole secondary school. 2,000 people. I'm just sat here, microphone, I'm just talking. And I'm just imagining 2,000 people in front of me. But yeah, anyways, moving on. Being appreciated for my contributions, I'd say is important to me, but not because I contribute to be appreciated. It's just, again, the absence of it makes me feel off, or it makes me feel like something's off. It doesn't take a lot to show appreciation for someone. And if it does take a lot, then I don't want to chat to you anyway. Because why are you struggling to utter a simple thank you? That's another thing that I don't like. People that don't have basic manners, because to me, that's basic manners. Someone does something for you, you drop something, someone picks it up. Just thank you. I appreciate it. You open a door for someone, just thank you. Some people, they just don't have it. There's no basic manners. And yeah, to those people, I don't like them. I think there's some people that just struggle with social skills, and I can understand that a bit more because I feel like I'm just awkward and all over the place. But a lot of people tell me that I'm completely fine when I communicate with people, or I'm in a public setting and I'm talking to someone that I don't know, and then I'll stop talking to them and I'll be with a friend, and I'm like, bro, that was so I felt so awkward. I was so on edge the whole time. They're like, yeah, no one could tell anything. So I feel like I'm good at hiding when alarm bells are going off in my head and I feel super awkward and everything is all over the place. But I feel like it doesn't really show on me, so I could get away with it a bit more. Bro, the other day, this was literally less than 2 weeks ago. I went to get a haircut, finished my haircut, stepped out the barbershop, and someone came up to me like, oh, what's it called? I love your videos. I watch you every morning. I was like, oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Blah, blah. It was a nice interaction. And then they said, I think they complimented my eyes or my eyelashes or something like that. And bro, that's when I'm not good with compliments, innit? My brain bugs out. I don't know what to do. Bro, when they said that, I just jogged off. I just got awkward. I didn't know what to say. And I just started jogging. And then I went back and I was like, sorry, I'm not good with compliments. And then, yeah, afterwards I was like, bro, that must have been so weird. Someone just, imagine just saying a compliment to someone and they just jog off. I was trying to put myself in their shoes. I was like, that's weird. I'm fine with compliments in general, but I feel like it was just kind of out of the blue. It wasn't even awkward in the moment. That's one thing that I think I've gotten better at recently is being comfortable with being awkward. I feel like a lot of the time I just say random stuff. I just do random stuff, and then people look at me and they're like, wait, you're a bit weird. I think recently I've not cared as much. Like, I'm just a bit more comfortable being weird. Maybe a bit too comfortable. Maybe if I wasn't as comfortable, I wouldn't jog away when someone compliments me. But yeah. How long has this been going on for? Bro, this might be a very long episode. And oh my, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I'm not sure how long to make these episodes, because they can be an hour long, but bearing in mind, I need to film this stuff. I need to edit this stuff myself. And then I have stuff for my main channel that I want to film and edit. And I don't want it to get to a point where this is too long for me to do on a consistent basis, because I want to do it, but just all of these things at the same time. Basically, like when I have too many things to do, I end up doing nothing, just because it's like someone just putting a rock here and a rock there, and it's like it's fine, I can step over those stones. And then when they start piling up, you look up and it's this 5 times your height. You're just like, I'm not bothered to go up this mountain. So yeah, I think a good amount of time is between 20 to 30 minutes. Please don't kill me, because I know a lot of people will be like, no, make it longer. But bro, if I make it longer, this is going to be like once every 2 weeks. Okay, there's a couple options. This could be either once every 2 weeks, but longer, or it could be once a week, but shorter. So yeah, let me know what you'd prefer, and I'll try and see how to make it work. Setting and achieving goals is a fundamental part of how I define success. Not really, I think that I have an issue with achievements. Like, I can never process achievements for longer than a day max, even less actually. I'm not good with achievements. Like, I have moments where I'm proud of myself and this is sick, like I did this, and then it just goes and I'm like, okay, what's next kind of thing. I think it just goes back to the innate human nature to never feel satisfied with what we have. I think it's just that, like, I'm just not satisfied with anything that I've achieved or anything I've done. No matter how much I do, I feel like I'm always just going to be like, okay, well, that's not good enough. That's not enough. So I can't say even goals helps me feel more successful. What would make me feel more successful, I think, is, I don't know, actually. I don't know. I have no clue. I haven't figured that one out, man. I don't even know what my definition of success is. Actually, I kind of do know. I think it's financial stability for not just myself, but my family, my parents not working anymore. Because yeah, nowadays you need money for everything, bro. I swear down. I went to the train station the other day. I left my house 1 hour, came back, cost me like £13. Just the train. That's not even considering the price that it costs to breathe in London. So yeah, I think financial stability is very important to me, because that's when you'd feel most relaxed. Like, money just opens so many doors and it can help with so much. Not just for yourself. Yeah, that's kind of the end goal, I think. Just financial stability, parents not working. Right now, I'm technically working as an ad prostitute. Like, my income is dependent on if brands want to work with me, because you're just spend the next 4 months with no paycheck basically, and not know what the 4 months after that are going to bring. But then again, I signed up for this. Like, this is a lucrative industry. You can make money, but a lot of it is dependent on luck and who you know. And I'm not great at networking, okay? A lot of people go to these networking events. They go with the intention to chat to people that are in like important positions or in places where they can bring you more money. Bro, I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not good at small talk. I'm not good at, like, I feel like I'm so bad at faking it with people. Like, I know how to be nice and I know how to be friendly. I don't know how to do the networking stuff, man. I met this guy a few years ago. I didn't meet him. Like, I was on set for like this short Channel 4 series. I was only meant to do voiceovers there, but they got me in to hop on camera a few times. But anyways, we're sat there, we're just having lunch, like me and the rest of the cast, and one guy just sits down and he's like, yeah, like, and this is a guy that we don't know. Like, he just came on that day. He just sits down. He's like, yeah, I'm here to network. I want to build connections. I want to form connections. So what's your name? And it's like, okay, going through the table. So what do you do? Okay, yeah, because I'm trying to build connect. And it's like, I don't like you. I'm sorry. Why are you talking to me like I got a barcode on my head? Like, how do you talk to people like that? Like, yeah, I'm solely here to network. Yeah, give me your details. Tell me everything about you so I can assess whether you're worth talking to in the first place. Okay, you seem to be important. I'm going to give you more of the focus and attention. Like, that's weird. I'm not a fan of that. But I feel like in this industry, that's what you kind of have to do. You just need to flip in. Okay, this is going to sound bad, but I feel like I think it's harder to progress in this industry if you're not willing to beg it, basically. So yeah, maybe I just need to start finding a way to network without it. I hate that word. That's another word that's a slur. Influencer and networking. And small talk. Small talk's a slur. I don't know how, but I don't care. If you're going to say small talk, just say trigger warning before. I feel like I've spoken a lot. Okay, let me just get back to these then. I'm driven by my ambition and desire to be successful. Kind of, yeah. That is kind of my most motivating factor. Like, I just want to make cool stuff, man. I like the stuff that I put out. I feel like it would be nice for me to look back on as well in years and just be like, oh yeah, this was cool. I remember when I did this and this was also cool and I learned this. I also think that the type of content that I put out is quite versatile, but I think I shot myself in the foot with that because now I don't really have a specific niche. Because what have I done? I've done the cooking stuff, the baking stuff. I've done the travel stuff. I've done even a travel series in Japan. I also make like normal content, just sitting down which I haven't done in a while. I'll do random stuff like trying to learn new things, learn how to do a backflip. I think my CV is quite versatile, which is good because as an audience, you want to see a lot of different stuff for the most part. But then it's bad as well because then you don't really have a niche. When people come to your channel, they don't know what they're going to see. Like it's just, everything just seems a bit random and all over the place. And that also makes it bad for brands as well because they'll look at your page and be like, okay, they do a lot of interesting things, but what do they do? And people ask me and they're like, oh, what do you do? Like, and I'm like, oh, I make videos and, oh, what kind of videos? And I always freeze. I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I do. I just kind of think of something. The little Venice video that we did, I was like, okay, I want to try travel stuff, like third person, just exploring countries. And for that Venice video, it was meant to be a little series, but I didn't like the way the content came out for the rest of the days. And then one of the days, my microphone was off for 8 hours and you couldn't hear anything that I said. So that video had to scrap the whole thing. So we were there for 3 days and we only released one of the days. That Venice video, I was just sat, I think it was like 9 p.m. I was sat in my old apartment and I was like, yeah, I want to try like travel stuff. I think it'll be interesting. And yeah, it's just something that I just wanted to do like in the moment. I'm pretty sure it was a Thursday and I called my brother and Daniel and I was like, yo, are you lot free tomorrow for us to just go to Italy and film this video? And I feel like that's how a lot of my videos are. They're just kind of what I want to do in that moment. But then I can't say that if someone says, oh, what videos do you make? And I'm just like, oh, just whatever I want. Just whatever I feel like doing that I think is a good idea that would be interesting and entertaining. Actually, that is a valid answer. I found an answer. I'm gonna start answering that question now. Wait, let me practice. Oh, so what do you do? Yeah, I make videos on the internet. Oh, what kind of videos do you make? Whatever I'm interested in that I think would be entertaining for an audience, I'm happy to go and explore. Bro, I'm learning things. So yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, like I said, brands look at that and I think anyways, it's just like, what's going on there? I don't know, maybe brands just hate me or I just don't know enough people in this industry. I am adaptable and excel in a variety of tasks and roles. That's interesting that was the next question because that is kind of linked to what I was just saying. I do feel like I'm adaptable to a certain degree. I've always kind of been a quick learner. I grasp concepts quickly, especially once I understand them. I learn a lot better by doing. I'm a visual learner. Yeah, I would say I'm adaptable. And that's one thing that I don't really do. I felt uncomfortable saying that because I felt it was close to a compliment. Like one thing I can't do is give myself credit for anything that I do. Like I struggle with that. I don't like saying I'm good at this. It kind of just goes back to what I was saying about compliments. I don't think I can even compliment myself. Like it always just feels cringe. And I think that comes from perfectionism as well because I don't allow myself to accept that I'm good at something unless I'm the best at it. Like if someone was like to me, oh, your videos are so like unique and entertaining and well made, I would look at it and I'd be like, oh, thank you. Like that is a nice thing for someone to say, but I wouldn't accept it because I'm always just like, you probably haven't seen this person or you probably haven't seen that person. Is that imposter syndrome? What's the definition for imposter syndrome? It says Among Us. I'm joking. It's described as a feeling of inadequacy that persists despite evidence of success. Okay, so maybe that. Right. Cheers, man. Thank you, YouTube. Not YouTube. Thank you, Google. You may leave. I think that is because of perfectionism though, because it's like no matter how good you get at something, you're not the best. You're not perfect. Like in my head, it's just like if you're not perfect at something, that means you're not worthy of being recognized for it. And unless you're the best at something, being good at it doesn't matter. And that is something that I do want to stop doing. See, now I feel like I'm just sharing. I feel like I'm oversharing now. I want it to be mysterious. I literally can't be mysterious after this. Actually, to be fair, there's only going to be potentially 2,000 people watching this. And the world has currently around 7 to 8 billion. So that's about 0. nothing % of the whole planet. So technically no one's even watching this video. So I can share as much as I want. And I shouldn't feel as though I'm oversharing. All right, I have another video coming out for the main channel. Wait, when did I last post a video? Oh, okay, to finish off, I think I'm just going to go through some of the comments you lot left on the welcome video, just so I can see who's here. Okay, Amber said, proud to be one of the 4 people who begged to bring this back. Thank you, Amber. You know what it is? I didn't think there was an issue with not bringing this podcast back. But as soon as I saw your name pop up, I was like, okay, Amber alert. It needs to... All right, I was trying to make an Amber joke. Someone said the thumbnail of the video is diabolical. What's wrong with the thumbnail? I didn't actually do a Okay, right. I see it now. I didn't choose the thumbnail. I think I just posted that video and I just left it however it was. Era Josh says, hi from the US. I love the first episode, especially when you started talking about perfectionism. Whoa. That was foreshadowing. I'm getting into your head since that's something that I struggle with too. So excited to see where this goes and let's combat perfectionism together. You know what? Let's do it. Josh from the US. Mystic Moon says, glad to be a part of the journey from the start. Indy said, I listened to your podcast during class today. It helped me lock in. Can't wait for more. Why are you listening to this during class? I'm joking. Thank you. DFSX said, 612 subscriber. Remember me when you're famous. Okay. All right. DFSX. Okay. I've now embedded your username in my brain. And if this platform does continue to grow, by the way, the end goal is not particularly fame. It's just growth of platforms. And I think being recognized comes with that. But yeah, I think the end goal is growth in general. Mehdi Reza said the video title is giving kid who just started YouTube. This was actually very well made and engaging for me. Thank you. It is given child who just discovered YouTube and wanted to start a YouTube channel. But yeah, I do think I'm a child at heart, so that is fitting. Someone said you've come so far, lol. Thank you guys. I'm scrolling through all of these. Thank you for your support. Everyone seems to be so positive. It's always nice to feel supported in your endeavors, and thank you for all your kind words. Someone also just reminded me to put it on Spotify. You know what? I'm gonna try when this episode comes out. I'm gonna have sorted out the Spotify since the name is done. Oh yeah, I just need to sort out branding. Also, obviously I can reach out to a bunch of different graphic designers and stuff, but if there's someone here that does do graphic work, I would love someone that is invested, or someone that watches this channel at least, to be the one that comes up with the art, because I just think that would be cool. So yeah, if you are a graphic designer and you'd be interested in that, just send your work over to my email, which I will put in the caption of this video. Justin K. Arthur, I see you, mate. Thank you for being here. And I'm so sorry you have to hear me talk for prolonged amounts of time. Someone said there's a podcast named Amazian Unfiltered. I think that is fitting, but you know, I actually wanted to make a channel ages ago, like a separate YouTube channel, so I can be more consistent to post different types of videos. And I wanted to call it Amazian Prime because I just thought it was funny, because like Amazon and Amazian and Prime delivery, more consistent videos, next day delivery videos. There's a lot of people saying, not a lot, I think I only saw 3, but that's quite a lot of people saying to leave the podcast name as it is. I'm not opposed to that. Like it's currently called This Podcast Has No Name Yet, but at the same time, having actual structure and branding and a name and all this stuff, I feel like it is a lot more useful if you want to reach wider audiences, because for people that already know how I am as a person, it's kind of like, oh, it's just, you know, it kind of fitting. But for people that don't know me, it's just like, well, this guy's just not taking anything seriously, and they'll just think it's a bit of a joke. And despite knowing that I do joke around most of the time, even in serious situations, I do take my work and stuff that I put out quite seriously. And yeah, it's a bit of an oxymoron, because on one hand, everything just seems like it's a joke to me, and I just struggle to be serious. But then as soon as the cameras are off, I feel like I leave the seriousness to when I'm putting the stuff together. Wish I saw you when you were in South Africa. Why didn't you come to Joburg? Listen, South Africa is going to see me again. I genuinely want to go again in December. This is dependent on if Sony wants to sponsor me or not. Do you promise not to abandon this channel? Sack9588. Firstly, interesting username. And secondly, if I were perfect, then I think I would promise not to abandon this channel. But just remember, I'm just imperfectly Amazian. Here before 200 subs. Hello. Wait, what? How many subscribers are we on now? 2,740 subscribers at the moment. We are aiming for, there's no target actually. I don't really have a target or an aim. So yeah, this was meant to be the little reintroduction episode to try, I don't know, just explain who I am a bit better as a human being and not just some weird little man that's inside your screen. So yeah, man, I hope this was enjoyable for you. And I think my lips are quite dry because of how much talking I've been doing. So I'm going to have some water. I'm going to apply Vaseline. And hopefully if Highland Spring and Vaseline are watching this, please sponsor. So yeah, that's the end of episode. Wait, what's it? Apologies. That's the end of the first episode on this new channel. I hope this was enjoyable. I hope you got to know me a bit better. Yeah, just anything you want to know, anything you want to talk about, any ideas that you want to discuss, shout me, man. Comments are downstairs and I will be going through them the next time that I drop an episode. Anyone listening on Spotify, thank you for being, potentially the first Spotify listeners of this whole podcast, which is quite cool. Don't forget to leave a rating. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to show support in any ways that you can, if support is something that you're willing to give. If not, then please continue gatekeeping your support until you become 53. And then when you're 53 and you watch my video, you have to like it. All right. Take care. Goodbye. I'm going to put the headphones down now to signify the end of the... Bro, putting the headphones down just made me realize how loud I was talking this entire time. I hope none of the neighbors were here. Bro, do you know how embarrassing it is? You know what? Next podcast episode, we could talk about other stuff. But for now, we're just going to wrap it up. And yeah, goodbye.